9 hairdressers, 2 winners, 1 chance in a lifetime. Which 2 are going to stand out to win Inspirational Youth USA? Previously on TIGI Inspirational Youth.
Welcome to your casting day.
Model casting was crazy.
The photo shoot was a dream. I was really happy with the end result.
We were blown away with the standard of the images that the team created.
We fly the guys into Orlando 4 days before the show to get them ready for the big day.
Since I've been back from London, I've been able to grow with my team and share the information that I learned in London with them.
Before I went to London, I used to call my instructor all the time to come and check out my haircut. Now I came back, I can do it all by my own, and he just came at the end.
With 3 days to go, Mike Issa gives the team a refresher on their presentation skills.
It was great to see Mike Issa again today and recap everything we went over. So we kind of did the same thing again.
And then we find out today that we have to keep everything within like 30 seconds to a minute because the show, we need to keep it moving.
Make it quality, show your personality, and have fun. Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff.
With 2 days to go, they run through a technical rehearsal.
Today we had the stage rehearsals, and it was definitely the most intense experience of this whole program.
When I walked out on the stage for the first time, I was like really overwhelmed. It's a lot of information going on at once. It was pretty insane.
With 1 day to go, they support the TIGI International Creative Team for one of our big shows at Premier Orlando.
So working backstage with the TIGI team is pretty unbelievable. The tricks and tips that they can give you.
It's just awesome, being able to see everyone work hard, getting those looks on point.
It's finally showtime for the 9 hairdressers.
All right, so here we are, day of the show.
So the energy backstage right now in the prep room is really crazy.
Put your hand in there. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Excited, man.
No pressure. No pressure.
Talk dirty to me.
Hello. Hello. Good morning, Orlando. How are you guys doing today? Are you good? What you're about to see is something called Inspirational Youth. I had an opportunity to see this program in London about 2 years ago, and I said, oh my God, this would be amazing if we could bring this to the United States. Well, guess what? They did bring it to the United States. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for TIGI's Inspirational Youth.
Please welcome to the stage International Creative Director for TIGI, Mr. Nick Irwin.
It's a great pleasure to be here. You're going to see some amazing work from 9 very talented young hairstylists. Please give them lots and lots of, love and applause and make them feel really good. Do you want to see the team? Okay, let's bring out the guys. And the man that's been really helping and supporting with the guys, our US Creative Director for TIGI. Big round of applause, he's a superstar, Mr. Thomas Osborne.
All right, it's great to be here. Thanks for coming out this morning. So first of all, I'd just like to say it's been an absolute honor and privilege to be a part of these guys' journey and to help mentor them. Really excited to be launching Inspirational Youth program in America, and I think it's really always about taking it to the next level, finding that new wave of talent, and I definitely think we've done that. So turn it over to Nick, let him get started.
Okay, thanks, Thomas. Okay, let's go straight over to Shelby, and she can explain what she's doing with her finish today. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's such an honor to be here in Orlando. So the vision with my model I have today is a very urban, undone feel, very dainty and dark. I pre-colored her using TIGI copyright color, doing a light brown with copper tones on the underneath, and utilizing a stretching technique through the top, and intermixing the high lift with intensive red tones for a rustic peach hue. And with her cut, I've already pre-cut the underneath. It's gonna be a nice, tight undercut, not too tight. And then throughout the top, we're going to do some horizontal layering. So, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Shelby. Okay, let's come through to Alyssa.
Hi everyone, my name's Alyssa, I'm from Michigan, and today I just recreated a rose color for her hair because it's very youthful and trendy. I was very inspired by London. And I'm gonna go through and do some square layering, and I've pre-cut her perimeter around before we came in. And I prepped her using Bedhead Superstar Spray. Thank you.
Cool, thank you very much, Alyssa. Okay, let's come through to our first young man in the team, very talented young hairdresser, Mr. Nick Landy.
Hey guys, how's it going? Good to be here today. So for Bianca today, she's a cool young Miami girl, so we wanted to give her that feel, but less Miami Beach, a little more Miami Street. So for the color, we did a sun-kissed apricot. We prepped it with After Party, and now we're doing an offset horseshoe section, over-directing the top to build out weight, and we'll drop that top down and over-direct that to give strength along the cheekbone. Thank you.
Great stuff. Thank you, Nick. Okay, let's come through to Carly Ray.
Hey guys, how are you? Woo, awesome. All right, so on Allie, I went in with TIGI copyright color with a muted mushroom tone at her base, working to a nice steely lavender tone on her ends, using our new 10 Over series and our new Intense Violet series. Right now, I'm working with an inverted layering technique throughout her horseshoe section. Already pre-cut the perimeter and the fringe, so I hope you guys really like this look, and I can't wait to show you what's next.
Okay, let's come through to one of our other young men. This is Peter.
Good morning. Well, today I wanted my model to look like she was going to a music festival. So backstage, we gave her this really nice burnt ruby color with our TIGI copyright color. We started off with some Ego Boost as cutting lotion, and we are working with some disconnection. So we just used a star on the top of her crown, and we're going to preserve some weight through her perimeter. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, Peter. Okay. Thomas, over to you.
All right, so let's hear a few words from Crystal. Crystal.
Hi, thank you for coming and watching us today. So today with my model Kelly, I was inspired by her texture that she had going on, and she had a pre-existing undercut. So we wanted to bring that out. So I gave her some color, and I wanted to do an antique rose gold on the top with a dark chestnut under the bottom to really contrast and bring out the undercut that I was going for. And for the product, I wanted to use Small Talk to give it some texture. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Crystal. All right, Stefano. We hear a few words on what you're working on today.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here today in Orlando. Hola, saludo a todos mis colegas latinos y en especial a mi padre y hermanos que vinieron de Paraguay para apoyarme. So my vision for today's haircut is a youthful feminine look. I want her to feel sleek, sexy, with a strong fringe. I prepared her using TIGI Copyright Color Creative, and I wanted to achieve a black in-tone. And as a cutting lotion, I use Control Freak Serum, and I will be working with the fundamental haircut using inverted layering from short to long to create soft movement. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Stefano. Well done, man. All right, let's bring it over to Dawson. Dawson, can you share with the audience what you're working on today?
Thanks a lot, Thomas. Again, it's a pleasure to be here with everyone, with the Inspirational Youth team and here at the Orlando premiere. With my model Martina today, going in with the color, it was kind of inspired by kind of like a rocker chic feel. With the color, going in with a nice strong, you can imagine like almost like a plum, going through a deep plum wine color through the base into a fuchsia color through the ends, keeping it nice and natural. Prepping her hair with some Small Talk and Queen Friday for a thickening product, going in with a nice square layer, working the haircut interior, inside out, just going in with some personalizing techniques, slicing through the top area to kind of release some of that weight, and we'll hear about it more later. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you, Dawson. All right, last but certainly not least, we're going to come over to Miss Demi Walsh. Demi, share with the audience what you're working on today, please.
Definitely. Well, first of all, I'd just like to thank you guys so much for being here. Me and my team have worked really hard to put on a good show for you guys, so we really hope that you guys enjoy it. On my model Tara today, I was really inspired by that underground punk culture, so we're going to be eventually working with a lot of erratic texture in through the shape. I pre-colored her with our TIGI copyright color, creating a smoky almond tone. I block colored that through the back and stretched that into a nice desert sand tone through the front to give her some movement. Through my cut, I went through and utilized 2 different elevations to create a dual perimeter, and I'm just going to go through and create inverted layering in through the interior to really give us that shattered feel.
Thank you, Demi. All right, Nick.
Okay, we've got a little vignette films where the guys will come out and explain exactly what they did for their images. So let's start with the first vignette.
All right, everybody. So this was my model, Lily, in London. And the look I was going for was a very tribal texture with a warrior style. I wanted her really strong, but a little dainty. So what I did was I used many different braiding techniques, did it really tight the first time, and then at the end I went through and pulled them out and I disheveled them. I used the sea salt spray and the Work It hairspray to create a grungy, hippie warrior look. So I really hope you like it, okay? Thank you.
All right, so let's take it to Alyssa and hear a few words of inspiration for her look, her editorial look.
So in London, my overall image I wanted to create for you was kind of a postmodern, Cinderella after midnight, something kind of new age, and so I think we really created it, tying in her outfit and her clothes together. So using Catwalk dry shampoo and salt spray, I just worked with her natural texture using a backcombing technique, and yeah, I hope you like it. Thank you.
Okay, so let's see Nick's image.
This is my model, Joy, from London. And with Joy, we wanted to give her kind of that new girl in school, sort of dark and mysterious, but the closer you get, the more detail you see. So what I did is I started with lightweight mousse to give it soft hold. We rolled the texture to give it a dreaded feel, twisted and clipped it up, let it air dry, and then when we dropped it out, we used lightweight shine spray, brushed it out, and then gently backcombed it with our fingers. With the dress, it gives it this really strong silhouette, and the closer you look, the more detail you see. And I think that's really cool. What do you think? Thank you.
Great work, Nick. Beautiful.
All right, so let's see Carly Rae's editorial look.
So for my look for Frankie, I was originally inspired by last year's swim week. They had a lot of wet looks, like as if the girls had came out of the ocean and straight onto the runway. So what I did with this, I was really inspired walking around London. We got rained on a lot, and the girls came in for their model casting soaking wet. So I took Catwalk Stronghold Mousse, saturated the hair, set it with some clips, then I diffused it, and then I finished it with a little bit of water for some nice sheen, paired with the glossy makeup on her face and the fluid layer in the clothing to mimic her hair. I think we really got the look. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so let's see Peter's editorial look.
So my model Alicia, I wanted her to look like she has a couple voices running through her head. So I wanted two different textures. I started off with our wet look gel at her base, using my finger to separate and to contrast between the shiny base and the shiny patent leather coat that she's wearing. I wanted some dry texture. So I just used the end of my blow dryer just to buckle a little bit, working in some salt spray, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Peter. All right, let's have a look at Crystal's image.
Okay guys, so with my model Rebecca, I wanted to give her kind of an understated elegance look. So what I did is I braided it around the head very loosely and I pulled it out. The clothing that she was wearing was very glamorous and I wanted to give her kind of a grunge feel, so it kind of counterbalanced. So what I did is I pulled it out and then I sprayed it with Work It hairspray to really define those little pieces that I pulled out. I hope you like it. Thank you.
Okay, so let's see Stefano's look.
So my look was inspired by a Praga campaign. To achieve this, I use a hairnet and catwalk worked hairspray to mold the hair to the head shape. I created a dual texture, glossy on the top, going to a dry texture through the ends. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Stefano.
Oh, Stefano, that's great.
All right, so let's have a look at Dawson's image.
All right, so for Aisha over in London, going for that kind of gothic feel, really dark, different, really unique. Obviously with the clothing, I wanted to really make it really cohesive, really sleek. So just with the texture, we went for more of a static feel, using some of the work at hairspray to kind of work some of that texture up. We used a nice, strong ponytail in the beginning, low focal point right near the nape, and then just worked off of that with the finishing touches, and that's really what got us where we are now. Again, the whole look was really awesome, just that dark gothic feel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Dawson. Okay, let's come through to Demi and let's see her look, please. Thank you.
All right, so with my model, Kelsey, I really wanted to translate that bad girl attitude onto film, but I still wanted to keep it pretty feminine and work with a lot of erratic texture. So first I went through and prepped her hair with the strong hold mousse from our catwalk line and doused her hair in the salt spray from our session catwalk line. From that point, I created an exaggerated side part to really kind of bring out that femininity and diffused her hair really big. Then I took my fingers and just pulled up those curls to really create that disheveled, again, working with a lot of exaggerated texture. And I think it turned out really good. What do you guys think? I love it. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Demi. Okay, so we're going to start recapping the shapes here. So we're going to come to Shelby first. Shelby, it looks amazing. Tell us what you've done.
All right, thank you. So just a quick recap. Again, I started with Control Freak just to calm her texture, her natural texture she has. And then I actually finished her off with a cocktail of Hard to Get and Shine Spray. So you can see this nice block coloring technique through the back where it really shows off this light color through the front in that nice dusty peach color. And with my technique, just short to long on the top, going with my color placement. And this is Kat, and I hope you like her. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks, Shelby. Well done. All right, so we're going to come over to Alyssa. Alyssa, please, a few words on what you've done there.
All right, so I'm Marissa today. I just wanted to create some movement on her layering just to show off the square layers in the back. And I really feel that it accents the color because it does show how trendy it is and up and coming. So I hope you like my look I did on Marissa. Thank you.
That looks great, Alyssa. Well done. All right, Nick.
All right, guys, so with Bianca, all we had to do after we created the shape was soften the weight, bring out some stronger pieces around her lip line and jawline. We used sugar dust to give it a little bit of grip and texture, and finish it off with a little bit of Masterpiece and hairspray buckling the ends. So I kind of feel like from the streets of Miami to the streets of London, youth culture, it's not about what the fashion designers say necessarily. It's about combining fashion where you live and who you are. And I think that's what TIGI is all about. So thank you so much. It's been an honor.
Amazing. Thanks, Nick. Looks fantastic. All right, Carly Rae.
Awesome. All right, again, so for Allie, I went with TIGI copyright color at the base, working with a muted mushroom tone into a lavender. And then I finished the cut with working in my horseshoe section, taking my inverted layers and cutting them short to long, creating a lot of movement in her fridge. And I finished with head rush with a cold blast of air. And I really appreciate being here, guys. It's been such an honor. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thanks, Carly Rae. All right, Peter. Looks amazing, man. Let's hear about it.
Just a quick recap, we have this nice ruby red color with our TIGI copyright color. We worked with some disconnection using a star pattern on her crown, worked in some hardhead and some sugar dust. Thank you so much, it was my honor to be here.
Great.
Okay, let's come through to Crystal.
Okay, guys, so again, just a classic undercut. What I did is just broke it up with a lot of texture, and I've used a cold blast of air and some head rush to give it that definition and some shine. And then I used up front to really define those texture pieces. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for coming.
Beautiful work, Crystal. Okay, let's come through to Stefano.
So I pre-cut Angie's fringe backstage and established the length which I wanted to work with. I personalized with some slicing and finished it up with head rush for shine and separation. I hope you enjoyed the show and thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
Okay, let's come through to Dawson.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, so just a recap of the cut and color, working with those plum tones deeper through the base and then lighter for the ends. And again with the cut, working a square layer through the top, really nice and simple, working the haircut inside out. So just mostly the shape is there, you know, we kind of soften the ends and stuff like that. We went in and worked with a nice strong fringe through the underneath and letting those layers kind of overlap and just kind of mixing that texture up, and I really like that about it, so hope you enjoy my look.
Beautiful work, Dawson. Okay, let's come through to last but not least, Demi.
All right, so again, for my inspirational with Tara, we were really going to try to channel that underground punk look. I feel like that's definitely a representation of a lot of street styles that we're looking for. So just again, we went through, we created a smoky almond tone with our TIGI copyright color, block colored the underneath to ensure depth, and then towards the front, just pulled that tone through to a desert sand type of tone. For her interior, we worked with 2 types of elevation to really create a shattered texture, inverted layering, and finished off with same bedhead sugar shock to really enhance her natural texture and give her that post-punk show feel. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a dream. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a second. Thank you very much.
Please welcome back to the stage the hairdressing stars of the future.
So we just got off stage, and it was the most incredible experience of my life.
It was amazing.
Went way better than I thought it would.
I wish it wasn't over. I just want to go back out there and do it again.
It was insane. I've never had a better time in my life.
Everyone on stage did such an amazing job.
We come here to support him, and we are really happy.
It was awesome. It was really great.
It was great right from the start.
Yeah.
I think even just listening to him, I mean, nobody flubbed a word.
The way they broke down the hair color technically was just perfect.
And the energy was like so amazing.
Every one of them did a great job. Every one of them presented incredibly well.
Up until the show, I had I had 2 or 3 favourites, right? See now after the show,
It's tough.
I don't know where to take it.
Yeah, there's no weekly.
Pull 2 out. Each one of us pull 2 out.
After a very heated judging session that continued long after the show ended, the TIGI mentors finally reached a decision. But before we announce the winners, I'd first of all like to congratulate all 9 finalists. They did an incredible job. We're all so proud of them. They were absolutely amazing. But big shout goes out to the winner of the popular vote, Stefano. Choosing the 2 winners this time was a very hard call. In all honesty, of all the years I've been judging and mentoring, this has been the hardest thing we've ever had to do. But for us, as mentors, we felt there was 2 people that really shone through right from the beginning. They were consistent in all the different areas, from presentation, cutting, styling, colour work, and ultimately playing as team players. And I think that's the most important thing with Inspirational Youth. So I'm proud to announce this year's winners of Inspirational Youth 2014 USA are Peter Marks and Carly Rae Lawrenson. The 2 TIGI Inspirational Youth USA 2014 winners will join us at the TIGI World Release event in Berlin in September. And they will also have the chance to compete internationally at our TIGI Las Vegas World Release Show in 2015. Thank you for watching, and we really hope you can join us next year for TIGI Inspirational Youth USA program.